It's time for me to give you my reaction on the new AP Top 25. Let's go! What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I do college football videos every single day, so whether you agree with me, want to talk trash with me, or talk trash to me, you're gonna like this channel. So of course the new AP Top 25 is out, and I love to give my reaction on it. Here we go. Now usually I run down the last week's Top 25. I'm not going to do that this week. I'm just going to go with this week's Top 25. First, I'm going to start off with the teams that got knocked out. Number 25, North Carolina. They got dominated by Notre Dame. They're out. Number 22, Auburn. They also got dominated, but by Alabama. They're out. And then Texas, number 20, and they got beat by Iowa State. Why? Because their coach, Tom Herman, coached them straight out of a win. Knocked them out of the top 25. That means that we have three newcomers starting at the bottom. Well, number 25, Liberty, they're not really a newcomer, but they were non-ranked. They're back in the top 25. They're 9-1. They blanked UMass 45-0. I think Liberty is a top 25 team. Number 24, Iowa. They're 4-2. They barely beat Nebraska 26-20. I really don't see why Iowa is a top 25 team. But there they are at number 24. Number 23, Washington, 3-0. Came back from a 21-point deficit to beat Utah, and now they're number 23 in the nation. Number 22, Tulsa. They keep creeping up in the top 25. This game got postponed, but they're 5-1, and a big game against Cincinnati is right around the bend. Number 21, the biggest faller of the week, and I called it. Number 21, Oregon. They fall 12 spots. They're 3-1. They lost at Oregon State 41-38. And why? Well, it's because they don't have a good run defense, and Oregon State has a great running back. I called it. Number 20, Louisiana Lafayette. They climbed 3 spots. They're 8-1. They whooped UL Monroe 70-20. My goodness, that is ugly. And they rise 3 spots. There you go. Louisiana, number 20. Number 19, Oklahoma State. They rise 2 spots. They survived. They beat Texas Tech 50-44. They're sitting at 6-2, and now they're number 19. Number 18, Wisconsin. Their game got canceled, so they're 2-1. They stayed at number 18. Number 17, USC. They didn't play, but they do rise 2 spots, and they're 3-0. We'll see if they can finish the season undefeated, but I think the Pac-12 has no shot to get into the playoffs now. Number 16, Northwestern. They fell 5 spots. They're 5-1, and they lost at a terrible Michigan State team, 29-20. I had a feeling this could happen because Northwestern doesn't have a great offense. So if they came up against a team who was scoring well in a game, it was kind of inevitable. I was rooting for Northwestern, but it did happen. Number 15, Marshall. They rise 2 spots. They didn't play this week, but they're still undefeated, 7-0. Number 14, Coastal Carolina. They also rise 2 spots. They're 9-0 with a shellacking at Texas State, 49-14. Number 13, Oklahoma. They rise 1 spot. Their game against West Virginia was postponed, and I was going to be at that game. It is now going to be played December 12th in Morgantown. I'll be there. It's going to be a big production. Don't miss it. Oklahoma's 6-2, number 13. Number 12, Iowa State. They rise 3 spots. They're 7-2. A win at number 20, Texas, 23-20. But they have to give a lot of that credit to Tom Herman, the coach of Texas. Number 11, Georgia. They rise 2 spots, 6-2. A big-time win at South Carolina. They avenge last year's loss, and they just whooped South Carolina 45-16. Number 10, Indiana. Indiana back in the top 10. They rise 2 spots, 5-1. With a decent win against Maryland, 27-11. So Indiana, even though they lost to Ohio State, they're having a great year. Number 9, Miami. They rise 1 spot. Their game was postponed. They're 7-1, and they still have a 2% chance to make the playoffs. It's still there, but not likely. Number 8, BYU. They didn't play this week. They're 9-0. Some things have to happen for BYU to get into the playoffs, but there's still a small chance. Number 7, Cincinnati. Their game was canceled against Temple, which really doesn't matter. Temple is bad. They're 8-0, and they're hoping some things happen so they can sneak into the college football playoffs. As far as teams that can sneak in, Cincinnati has the best chance. But it's still a wait-and-see thing. Number 6, Florida. They stayed the same, 7-1. A good win against Kentucky, 34-10, was never in doubt. Number 5, Texas A&M. They stayed the same, 8-1. Good win against LSU, 20-7. It was kind of sloppy, but, a win's a win. Number 4, Clemson. They're the same as well, 8-1. A blasting over Pitt, 52-17. I knew Clemson would win, but I really did not see them just shellacking Pitt. That's a good win for Clemson. Number 3, Ohio State. They're 4-0. Their game was canceled. They might not play enough games to make the Big Ten championship, but for the playoff committee, that doesn't matter because they came out and said, we don't have a minimum game requirement to make the playoffs, so this will be a very interesting story to follow in Ohio State. Number 2, Notre Dame. They're the same as well, 9-0. Great win at number 25, North Carolina, 31-17. I did have them on upset alert, and at halftime, it was close. But Notre Dame pulled away in the second half, blew the doors off of North Carolina. And of course, number 1, Alabama, for the second week in a row. They garnered all 62 first place votes. Why? Because they beat the brakes off of number 22, Auburn, 42-13, and now they're 8-0. They are the undisputed number 1 team in the nation. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.